Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a massive, literally, a fundamental paradigm shift that's happening right now in how we learn. Think about it. For centuries, our educational system has operated a whole lot like a factory, right? Just pushing students through this assembly line of standardized tests and one-size-fits-all memorization. But today, well, we are standing on the edge of a completely new era. We're transitioning into a highly personalized, dynamic learning ecosystem, and it is absolutely fascinating.
So here's the million-dollar question we have to start with. How do we prepare people for jobs, technologies, and challenges that don't even exist yet? We're living in a world where AI and rapid automation are making our current skills obsolete faster than ever before. Entirely new industries are popping up practically overnight. So just asking what should students learn isn't really cutting it anymore. The real challenge, and honestly, maybe the most critical question facing humanity today, is figuring out how to build an educational framework for a completely unknown future.
To figure out where we're headed, we kind of have to look back at where we've been. In antiquity, learning was actually highly personalized, but it was incredibly scarce. Think about ancient Egyptian scribes or the Indian Gurukul system. It was all about direct observation and one-on-one apprenticeship. Then the 15th century printing press came along and finally allowed knowledge to spread like wildfire. But it was really the 19th century Industrial Revolution that gave us the school system we'd recognize today. Government suddenly needed millions of factory workers who had similar basic skills, could follow instructions, and show up on time. It was mass, standardized schooling built for a mass, standardized world. But now, in the 21st century, we're moving into the AI ecosystem. And the crazy thing is, it promises to bring back that ancient, personalized apprenticeship model, but this time on a massive global scale.
And that brings us to this huge disconnect we're seeing right now. Just look at this contrast. It perfectly illustrates why that 19th century factory model is completely breaking down. The outdated system values memorization, repetition, fixed schedules, and conformity. But our modern digital economy, it demands the exact opposite. It thrives on creativity, complex problem solving, and constant adaptability. Basically, if we keep training students to compete with machines on routine tasks and memorization, well, they're going to lose every single time. We absolutely have to pivot to what makes us uniquely human. So, let's get into our first section, the AI revolution and personalized learning. Let's break down the actual nuts and bolts of how a personalized AI tutor works. Imagine you've got a student who's really struggling with fractions. Instead of them waiting weeks to get a bad grade on a final exam, step 1 kicks in. The AI detects the misunderstanding immediately. Then, step 2, it adapts its explanation to that specific student's learning style. Maybe it uses visual diagrams, or maybe a sports analogy if that's what clicks for them. And step 3, it dynamically adjusts the difficulty. So if another student in that exact same room is mastering the material super quickly, the system accelerates their challenges instead of forcing them to sit around and wait. It's basically hyper-personalized instant intervention, a real game changer. But here's the best part. This tech doesn't just change how fast we learn. It totally changes how we experience the subjects themselves. We're moving from passive listening to total immersion. Picture a science student safely simulating dangerous chemical reactions in a virtual lab, or actually traveling through a human bloodstream in VR to watch white blood cells fight an infection. No way you'd forget that, right? History students won't just read a textbook about ancient Rome, they'll throw on some AR glasses and walk through the marketplaces. Language learners will practice with AI partners that instantly correct pronunciation and translate in real time. Even computer science is evolving from just typing out lines of code to collaborating with an AI to solve big, complex problems. Moving on to our next section, the rise of lifelong learning.
So, what happens when we graduate? Well, honestly, the whole idea of graduation is kind of changing. Because workers of the future will probably change careers multiple times, education just can't abruptly end at age 22 anymore. Traditional degrees, years of study, isolated subjects, all wrapped up early in life, they're still valuable, for sure. But employers today are increasingly asking, okay, but what can this person actually do right now? This is driving a massive boom in micro-credentials. These are fast, targeted, continuous, skill-based certifications in emerging fields, like data analysis or renewable energy. Basically, your modern resume is never really finished.
And all of this is fueling a huge move toward competency-based learning. It's not about how many hours you kept a seat warm in a classroom. It's about whether you've truly mastered a skill. Period. Future hybrid learning environments are going to use this exact approach to tackle massive, real-world issues. Think about climate change. You can't solve that with just science, right? You need interdisciplinary mastery, blending economics, politics, engineering, and science, and students will progress based purely on their demonstrated understanding of the whole shebang.
All right, next section, the human element, and what AI simply can't replace. With all this talk about machines and AI, it is completely natural to feel a bit anxious. Which brings up a pretty provocative dilemma, doesn't it? If an AI can deliver a perfect, highly personalized math lesson, what exactly does the human teacher do? Well, the beauty of this is that AI will take over all that heavy administrative burden, stuff like grading papers, doing attendance, generating quizzes. And that frees up human teachers to do the profound, impactful work that machines absolutely cannot do.
Teachers are going to evolve into essential mentors, ethics advisors, and life coaches. Their focus will shift heavily toward emotional intelligence. I mean, an algorithm can't look at a kid and realize they are secretly battling self-doubt. A machine can't resolve a complex conflict between classmates or inspire genuine resilience. Emotional intelligence, recognizing emotions, managing stress, resolving conflicts, and building healthy relationships, that is going to become a primary focus of the classroom, led by human educators who guide character development.
And this builds into a completely new curriculum, what we call core human competencies. Since an AI can instantly fetch facts for you, your most vital skill is going to be critical thinking, questioning the AI, verifying sources, and spotting algorithmic bias. Creativity isn't just for artists anymore. It's about connecting totally unrelated ideas through actual, messy human experience. Digital ethics, communicating across cultures with real empathy, taking entrepreneurial initiative. These are the survival skills of the digital age. And above all else, learning how to learn. That is the ultimate survival skill. Let's look at the bigger picture in our next section, Bridging the Digital Divide and Global Lessons.
We've got to talk about the elephant in the room here, because rolling out these futuristic models isn't going to be completely seamless. One of the most profound warnings from the research is this: if we aren't careful, educational opportunities could become more unequal, not less. Think about it. A student equipped with hyper-personalized AI tools and AR glasses has a massive, undeniable advantage over one who doesn't. If we don't heavily invest in infrastructure, affordable devices, and reliable internet globally, we're looking at a catastrophic digital divide. Education has to remain a public good, not a luxury for the few.
To build that better, more equitable system, we really need to look at what's already working around the globe. The future of education is probably going to cherry-pick the best practices from everywhere. We can take Finland's focus on low pressure, emotional well-being, and trusting their teachers. We can blend that with Singapore's incredible drive for continuous improvement and their new push for creativity. We can learn a ton from Estonia, a true digital pioneer, on how to efficiently bake tech right into everyday life. And we can look to Japan for how to beautifully combine rigorous academics with deep character development. It's like putting together a giant puzzle of the best human ideas.
But yeah, there are definitely some major roadblocks ahead. Governments and tech companies have to collaborate closely here. Beyond just closing that digital divide we talked about, we have to ensure absolute data privacy and cybersecurity for sensitive student records. We need strict human oversight to prevent algorithmic bias, so AI tutors don't unintentionally favor certain groups over others. We've also got to actively manage mental health and limit excessive screen time. And finally, we have to completely redesign how we test people. We have to move away from simple essays that an AI can write in 2 seconds to complex projects that prove a student truly understands the material.
So, let's put it all together in our final section, Vision 2050, a day in the life.
Okay, picture this. It's the year 2050. At 7 a.m., a student's smart AI wearable detects they had a terrible night of sleep. So it automatically adjusts their schedule, pushing heavy subjects like calculus back until their concentration peaks later in the day. By 8:30 a.m., they're sitting in a flexible learning space, they throw on AR glasses, and boom, they're transported directly into a virtual ancient Rome for history class. At 1 p.m., real-time translation makes it completely seamless for them to collaborate on a climate disaster project with classmates dialing in from India and Brazil. And by 4 p.m., they're out of the classroom entirely, doing real-world internship, physically building robots at a local science center. Sounds pretty amazing, right?
And when this 2050 student eventually applies to a university or goes for a job, they are not going to be sweating over a single high-stakes standardized exam. Instead, they'll be judged on the new resume. This will be a rich, comprehensive digital portfolio showcasing their actual working code, their VR design projects, their leadership in cross-cultural teams, and their real-world internships. It's hard evidence of demonstrated practical skills.
So that leaves us with one really crucial question to wrap things up. Will all these AI tutors, VR headsets, and global networks actually create a smarter, better world, or simply a more technological one? The tools we use to learn are going to change. That much is totally inevitable. But the ultimate goal of education has to remain exactly the same: preparing ethical, curious, and empathetic human beings for life. The technology, that's just the bridge. It's really up to us to decide how wisely we build it. Thank you so much for joining me in this explainer. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I'll catch you next time.